Then, incredibly, instantly, she was gone, murdered by a woman she called her friend. On March 31st, 1995, inside this $89 a night motel room in Corpus Christi, Texas, 23-year-old Latina Tejano singer Selena Quintanilla Perez was shot by Yolanda Saldivar, her friend and employee. Selena managed to stagger out of the room to the lobby, where she collapsed and died. Her slaying touched off a wave of grief and mourning that caught the nation, including the media, off guard. It seems that most Americans simply weren't aware of Selena's immense popularity or the broad-based appeal of her music. During the next 2 hours, we will take a penetrating look at the events that led to Selena's murder and Yolanda Saldivar's dramatic trial. The reenactment, based on the actual transcript, will feature Selena and Yolanda Saldivar, the prosecuting attorney.
I'm asking you to find the defendant guilty, because she is guilty. Everything we've shown you, everything the defense has brought, shows that the defendant is guilty.
The defense attorney.
None of us has done one single thing to suggest that Selena deserved this. She was a victim of tragic circumstances. She was not the victim of murder.
Selena's father, Abraham Quintanilla, plus a range of key trial witnesses, including a San Antonio gun shop clerk, Selena's manicurist, and a motel maid.
And what happened? Did you go into the room?
I heard a noise.
Her life's ambition was to be a star, and anybody could not make up for her slaves to the track.
Throughout southwestern United States and Mexico, Selena was the queen of Tejano, a combustible form of music that combines traditional Mexican music, polka, and cumbia, which are South American dance rhythms.
You know, I always feel super cool and really comfortable when I hear Tejano music. It reminds me of home. I love to dance, and it's a nice and relaxed style.
This Tex-Mex hybrid has exploded in recent years, made popular by Flaco Jimenez and Emilio Navaira, a sort of Latino Garth Brooks. But it was Selena and her band, Los Dinos, who were Tejano music's premier group. Los Dinos was a family enterprise featuring Selena's brother, A.B., her sister Suzette, and husband Christopher Perez. Selena, a singer since she was in grade school, had two vivid trademarks: a powerful, sexy voice and a sizzling stage presence. It was an irresistible package, one that resulted in, before her death, sales of more than 1.5 million records, and a 1994 Grammy for Best Mexican-American Album.
Yo creo que mi familia va a ser muy contenta también. I'm real happy.
Selena's road to fame began before she was 7, when her father, former musician Abraham Quintanilla, heard her sing around the family home in Lake Jackson, Texas. The elder Quintanilla decided to form a band that would feature Selena's vocals. They played at weddings, reunions, anywhere there was a microphone and a willing audience. In 1984, when Selena was 12, her first album was released on the Tiny Freddy label. The turning point in Selena's career came in 1989, when the president of EMI's Latin label, Jose Bejar, saw her perform in concert. He fervently believed that Selena was the crossover act he was looking for, the next Gloria Estefan.
I always saw her as a mixture, a hybrid of kind of like Madonna, Whitney, Janet, kind of like all those things, conglomeration of all those artists coming together, because she could really put on an incredible show, which made the music that much more exciting.
By 1991, a high-profile duet and a guest appearance in a popular video signified Selena's growing popularity. But it was her own music that swept through Mexico and Latin America and started a tidal wave of fame and adulation. As Selena's vocal style matured, so did her looks. She exuded a natural, playful sexuality.
She could make you dance on stage. When she was on stage, she could make you dance. She could make you get very romantic with her ballads. You know, she could make you sing along. You know, she was great, you know. She communicated very well with the audience.
In April of 1992, she married her lead guitarist, Chris Perez. They moved into a home next to her father's on Bloomington Street in Corpus Christi. Her third album, Amor Prohibido, spawned 4 #1 Latin singles. The album knocked Gloria Estefan's Mi Tierra off the top spot on the Latin chart. By 1994, Selena was a mini-industry. She opened 2 boutiques, which offered hairstyling and manicures, as well as her own line of clothes. She filmed commercials, appeared on Mexican television, and made her movie debut in the Johnny Depp movie Don Juan de Marco.
Well, it's like a dream come true. I mean, there's been a lot of hard work that we put into it, but, you know, when you get hard work, you get success. And we've put a lot of years into it, 12 years now, and we're really happy. Never thought we'd get this far, but we're here, so.
She had legions of fans, including one special fan in San Antonio, a registered nurse by the name of Yolanda Saldivar. Saldivar, a stranger to the Quintanillas but a self-described rabid Selena fan, approached Abraham Quintanilla. She wanted to organize a Selena fan club. Permission was granted. For the next 4 years, Yolanda ran the fan club and grew steadily closer to Selena. They became friends. 9 months before the murder, Selena hired Saldivar to manage the Selena Etc. boutiques. Saldivar became part of the family. Trouble soon surfaced. There were cash flow problems, bounced paychecks. Plus, irate fan club members complained that they were sending in money but not receiving merchandise. Abraham Quintanilla was concerned. He talked to Selena, then confronted Yolanda. He accused Saldivar of embezzlement. The meeting with Yolanda, which took place on March 9, 1995, set in motion the events that led to Selena's murder. A few days later, Yolanda purchased a .38 caliber pistol. Selena sent Yolanda to Monterrey, Mexico, where she was planning to open a new boutique. Yolanda called Selena from Mexico and claimed that she had been assaulted and raped. Yolanda drove back to Corpus Christi and checked into a Days Inn motel. Early Friday morning, March 31st, Selena went to the Days Inn and drove Yolanda to an emergency room. There, Saldivar was examined and released. Selena and Yolanda returned to the Days Inn. They went to Yolanda's room, number 158. Approximately an hour later, at 11:40 a.m., a single gunshot rang out. Witnesses saw Selena stagger past the motel pool and enter the main lobby. There, on the floor near the entrance to a banquet room, Selena died. Yolanda calmly left her room and got into her red Chevy truck. Late that night, police negotiators coaxed Yolanda from her truck and she was arrested. On October 11, 1995, Yolanda Saldivar came to trial in Houston, Texas, in the 228th District Court. In his opening statement, Prosecutor Carlos Valdez stressed that A, there was no question that Yolanda Saldivar had killed Selena Quintanilla Perez, and B, that while the state was not required to provide a motive for the killing, the jury would be able to determine from the evidence the reasons why Yolanda Saldivar murdered Selena.
As I told you, this may seem complicated, but it's not complicated. It may seem that way, but what it comes down to is a simple act of violence. Cowardly violence is what this lady committed, and we intend to prove that.
The defense attorney, Doug Tinker, struck back. Abraham Quintanilla claimed Tinker accused Yolanda of embezzlement and allegedly told Selena that Yolanda was a lesbian. According to Yolanda, Abraham physically threatened her. That's why, Tinker asserted, Yolanda bought a gun. That's why Yolanda and Selena met outside the company offices. And that's how Yolanda and Selena came to be together at the Days Inn Motel on March 31st, 1995. The killing, Tinker strongly stated, was an accident, despite a signed statement to the contrary.
I suggest to you that when you hear all this evidence, you're going to know. You're going to know it's not the truth. You're going to know that this was unintentional and involuntary. It was not voluntary. And you're going to vote not guilty in this case. Thank you.